Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to Watcher of Realms. Right, this will not be a Gear A3 farming video. No, of course not. This will be a video on the test server, which I'm gonna jump on in just a second, and introducing two new heroes that will be added to the game. We have access to all the heroes on the test server. I can play around with them a little bit, give my initial thoughts on them, and if they're offered through like a 10x, whether it's worth going for. Okay, these two new heroes, Gwendolyn and Boreas, they look like they're gonna be a 10x during Christmas, so that's why they usually give us a heads up beforehand to go out, check out these heroes, make videos on them as well. So since I have access to the test server, boom, just like that, here's the test server. We're gonna check out Gwendolyn and Boreas today, have a look at their skills, give you guys my thoughts in terms of Gwendolyn. She's a healer. Boreas, I think he's a tank, but we'll have a look in just a second. First things first, Gwendolyn, Northerner, healer magic, right? That sounds cool. Healers, it feels a little bit weird with healers because you want healers, let's say for guild boss, you want them to give you rage. For anything else, you want them to be really strong healers, not attack based healers, but HP based healers, meaning they can be tanky and also provide healing, such as Vortex as an example. But let's have a look before I judge. All right, let's read on her talent. When allies are shielded of all types, the shield can absorb 10% extra damage. When allies with HP below 50% are shielded by this hero, the shield can absorb 20% extra damage. Right, that's okay. Means she will be a big healer. Look at that, HP based shield, meaning the strength of the shield is based on max HP of both the target and the caster. That is good. That's like Vortex and Midan, right? Just to give you guys an example. By the way, if you wanna have a good source of all the heroes in the game, warcodex.com, you're gonna find a list of all the heroes. I've added all the heroes in the game in there. We have them all. There's different ways to tag search through them. Let's say you want to find a bleed hero, you can type in bleed and you'll find all the heroes in there. The new faction has also been added with Alistair being the legendary. So if anybody is looking for something like a big resource for the game, this one is it. Bookmark it, share with your friends. That's gonna help us out. So let's have a look. So Gwendolyn, right? HP based healing on the A1, that's very strong. And it's HP based shield, not healing. I was too quick with that. HP based shield to one ally in range. I wonder if she's just a shield champion. Let's have a look. Grants a shield to one ally in range, which can absorb damage equal to 60% of Gwendolyn's max HP. Right, so you're just giving her tons of health, so then she can provide a big shield to one ally. Each of the surrounding allies gains a shield with half of the strength, lasting for 10 seconds. The shield strength will be affected by healing effect. Ooh, okay. So she's just a big shield champion hero from what it looks like. So that's not bad. But the cost of this looks so high. 1,000, even if you book it out, 1,000 cost. Looks like something that she'll take a little bit of time to recover. When the shields for allies are gone, the targets will restore 5% of their max health. This goes all the way to 10% of max health. So 10% healing when shields are gone. I'm guessing the A1 shield, right, the default skill shield, like I'll call it A1 from raid. So the default base attack shield will be providing the shields, right? When those are gone, it's gonna giving them back a big heal of 10%. That's okay. When the shields for allies are gone, deals damage equal to 10% of Gwendolyn's max HP up to 2 enemies around the allies and inflicts freeze. Right, so this 15% of Gwendolyn's max health. Her max health, when you fully max her out, is 12,000. So that's not very high. Just to give you guys an idea, look at how much big of a range she gets when she's fully leveled up. That's how Vortex is. So her max health will not go that high. Maybe 40,000 health she'll be able to get with all max HP gear with this amount of base. The reason for this is she's not going to be as good as a tank in terms of health. She won't be able to get 100,000 health. So she won't be doing tremendous amounts of damage on this one. She already looks like a mediocre hero in my eyes in terms of absolutely just healing. But if you have her, when the shields for allies are gone, the targets will restore. This does not specifically state for her own shield. So if you have her maybe with Vortex together, then the healing will be topping of your team at all times. But with that said, Vortex does that job already. He can be a soul healer for, let's say, the guild boss or other areas of the game. I've used him for the hardest difficulty of the Void Rift, so the Nightmare Void Rift. So already looking a little bit weird in terms of awakenings. All right, the awakenings are just gonna make her much stronger. The A3 allies around the main target of Icy Shell also gain full shield. That is huge. Gains a lot of health from A2 and A4. And then when Icy Shell is triggered, permanently increases max HP by 8%, stacking up to 3 times. That is also cool. It doesn't specifically say on who it increases max HP, but it's still pretty solid thing to have the shields. Not that impressed by her, if I'm being honest. Maybe for the Northerners it's gonna help you out a little bit, but overall the Northerners are a strong faction themselves. Vortex in there makes a big, you know, appearance in all teams, even guild boss, until you get something that recovers rage, such as Hollow. Okay, so one of the heroes out of the way. Let's go and find Boreas. I can't remember his faction, but he looked blue. I found him before, but he looked blue. So if I scroll down a little bit, we'll find him in the mages. Look at that, Boreas Esotericist. When attacking, there's a 10% chance to inflict freeze. All right, he's Mr. Freeze. All right, from was it Mr. Freeze from Batman Forever? Correct me if I'm wrong. Arbiter of Frost. Okay, cool. He's not part of the Arbiter, so just an Esotericist. Seems to have good range. Stats overall look good. 4.6k, around the average of where you're gonna place him in terms of being a mage. Anti-healing, burst damage, control. All right. Deals 100% magic damage, single target. That is average. Activates Eternal Ice Haven and increases damage by 225%. Ooh, 225% boost to his own damage. Eternal Ice Haven, when allies inflict freeze on enemies, deals additional massive damage. What is massive damage? The additional damage is affected by the duration of freeze inflicted and has a cooldown of 1.5 seconds. Oh, so you build like a freeze team with him, and that allows you to do like a lot of damage. Not sure what this means. This is not a very clear, you know, skill. Activates Eternal Ice Haven. Maybe that's another skill he has. No. All right. What does activating it mean? Anyway, each attack will reduce the trigger interval of the next frozen purification by 1 second. All right, we're gonna have to round everything up. The effect lasts for 26 seconds, so 30 seconds duration when you book it out. Skill it out, 250 damage. Skill cost drops to 1,200. So high, such a high cost skill. Single target. What's the point of this? Single target. I think his point will be to help out other heroes do damage through freezing. So is he gonna pair very well with Mari or other heroes that apply freeze, such as AI? Actually, I'll have to test this guy out. When I do have the time, guys, I'll test this guy out with all of those and see what this actually means. Chilling blow. When enemies are inflicted with freeze, they will also receive anti-healing. Okay, anti-healing. Unable to recover health when attacking enemies inflicted with freeze, deals 35% extra damage. That is very good for gear rate 1. I think this will be pairing very well with other heroes that do have freeze. Remember, again, AI and Mari will be very strong in there, but that does not mean you'll just have to use this guy and Mari. You'll still need, I think, a big mage such as Kamet to push through on do 21. Frozen purification, 20 seconds cooldown. When deployed, deals 160% magic damage up to 10 enemies in range and inflicts freeze on them. This effect triggers one time every 20 seconds afterwards, dealing Eternal Ice Haven. Again, the skill's trigger interval is reduced by an extra 10 seconds. Alright, that's cool. So when you activate the ultimate, the cooldown is reduced to by further 10 seconds. So 200% damage to 10 enemies is not a lot with his base damage. So I'm not sure about the burst potential, but Eternal Ice Hammer is where it's at, so that's what I'm gonna be testing out when the time comes to actually give this guy a go. During the ultimate, the trigger chance of the hero's talent increases by 40%. That's cool. Frozen purification damage plus 50% on the A3. There's not even point looking at awakenings most of the time, because even getting the hero, if he's over through a 10x, let's say in Christmas, it's gonna be very hard. Do you need this hero? This guy looks like a big gear rate 1 hero. If you have already stuff that works there, if you've been doing 19 or even 20, you're pretty much okay. You don't need more heroes. You just need better gear to improve on what you have already, and you should be able to push. Like for me, as an example, I have the heroes, I just don't have the gear at the moment. I need to just get on farming, but I have you know, the hope that we'll get a big double drops on gear when Christmas comes. So that's why I'm not really going crazy in farming right now. I'm just doing some farming, but nothing too crazy, just using my daily stamina. So Boreas and Gwendolyn, 2 new heroes that look like they're going to be added. They are introducing new heroes more frequently into the live servers, which is what I'm liking. I think they might look to join the Forerunner servers in the future, but I might be mistaken. They might just want to have them be at the same patch version, just so it doesn't make it like a big headache for the developers. That's what I'm thinking. At least it looks like 181 heroes currently on the test server as an example, and we have 165 on the live server. So we're about 15-16 heroes away with these 2 more added. We're getting closer and closer to, you know, the absolute equivalence, but there's still a lot of things to go with this game. Very interesting 2 new heroes. I like Boreas more than the healer. The healer looks interesting, but to me, she's nothing more than a big shield hero. If when she provided heal, if Gwendolyn, if when she provided shields, would also provide maybe something like a damage boost, I think that would have made the difference for her. But for now, from what she looks like she's doing, does not provide much. Does not provide much. I like that she also helps with freeze. This will help you a lot with Void Rift. A lot of the enemy heroes that you're facing, the enemies that you're facing, when they're frozen, that is a very good thing, because it allows you to basically survive a little bit longer. Void Rift on Nightmare is very, very difficult to beat. So with that in mind, you'll have to just push wherever you can. So this was the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.